Hello everyone, welcome back. So today in this video we are going to discuss the first law of motion only. In the last video we actually had a brief talk on Galileo's law and not Galileo's law, Galileo's experiment, and before it we had a brief talk on Aristotle's fallacy. So both were important to study about Newton's first law. Okay, so today we are going to see that. So let us start. So the today's topic is Newton's first law of motion. Newton's first law of motion. So according to Newton's first law of motion, इसके पीछे एक बहुत बड़ी कहानी थी जो हमने पिछले वीडियो में समझ लिया है कि एरिस्टोटल ऐसा मानते थे कि कोई भी बॉडी है उसका नेचुरल स्टेट रेस्ट है, पर उसको गैलीलियो ने गलत प्रूव कर दिया बाद में। और गैलीलियो ने जब उसे गलत प्रूव किया तो उस केस में उन्होंने एक एक्सपेरिमेंट किया, इंक्लाइंड प्लेन एक्सपेरिमेंट। From there he concluded that a body which is in motion does not require any unbalanced force to be in motion. That is what Galileo concluded. The same, on the basis of that experiment, Newton formulated his first law of motion in his book Principia. So his book name was Principia, which is also given in your NCERT, that a small box there it is given. So according to the first law of motion, a body continues its state of motion or rest until and unless state of motion or rest or of rest until and unless it is compelled by an external force, This is what Newton's first law statement is. A body continues its state of motion or of rest until and unless it is compelled by an external force. This is what Newton actually stated in his first law. Okay, so he said that if a body is in motion, it will in motion, and it will be, if it is at rest, it will remain at rest. If you want to change its state, you need to apply an external force. This is all true, because if you are in motion and suppose if you have enough of energy and you are not going to stop at any cost, but if an external force has been applied to your body, you will come to rest. The same thing Newton said. Okay, and this property, state of motion, state of rest, this tendency is known as the tendency to remain at rest or in motion is known as what? This is called as inertia. Okay, this property is known as inertia. So inertia is nothing but the tendency of a body to remain at rest or in motion. If a body is in motion continuously, then it is its inertia. There are a lot of examples of inertia which you can see in daily life. The very common example is jerk while traveling. You have to read a lot of examples related to inertia. The more examples you read from your book, the more you get a better understanding of this. And the important thing to remember is it is directly proportional to the mass. More is the mass, more is the inertia. Okay, so if you have two balls, if you have a leather ball and if you have a tennis ball, now if you have to generate a speed in the tennis ball, you need not to apply a lot of force in it. But if you want to produce a lot of speed in Duke ball or say leather ball, then you will have to apply less force, greater force. So in this way, this is Newton's first law. let's have a brief talk on, and remember this law is also known as, law of, let me erase it. So this is also known as law of inertia, because as I told you, this is the property of inertia. And this is also known as Galileo's law of motion. Galileo's law of motion. Okay, because on the basis of Galileo's experiment, Newton's formulated his first law of motion. That is why. Okay, and you can also write Newton's first law statement as a body continues its inertia until and unless it is compelled by an external force. That is also correct. Okay. Now this is the important part of this. Now we'll have a talk on inertia. What actually it is. Now I told you that what inertia is actually. Its definition I have told you, but it has its type. First is, I'm not gonna write anything, I'm just gonna explain you, and just you're gonna have to read your textbook and everything will be sorted. Now see here. पहला होता है inertia of rest, फिर दूसरा होता है inertia of motion, inertia of motion, and the last is inertia of direction. Now listen to me. Inertia of rest. So our body is tend to remain at rest. It is its inertia. And which inertia? Inertia of rest. So its very simple example is when you beat the carpet. That is also an example of inertia of rest, because when you beat that carpet, the dust which are initially at rest, due to inertia of rest, they also come to the ground and they stick to that. That is due to the inertia of rest. The jerking while you are sitting at the lower portion of your body is contact with the, so that is also in your book. Go and read all the examples of inertia of rest. And I have an experiment for you which is also in your NCERT, that whenever you just plug this coin, for example, if I have this cup and if I have this cardboard, so when I gently push this cardboard, this coin will fall down. This is due to inertia of rest. So that is why when I am applying force, it is getting out. So is getting outward. Okay. So first time I showed you. That is why you see it inertia of rest. That is an activity in your NCERT. You can also do it. I have done it 2 times wrong. First time I did it correct. Okay. So that was due to inertia of rest. Inertia of motion. That is also in the example. Inertia of direction. So have you ever played that when you जब आप थ्रेड को टाई कर देते हैं एक पत्थर में और उसको घुमाते रहते हो. अच्छा कभी हुआ है ऐसा कि तुम उसको घुमा रहे हो और सामने कोई बैठा और वो धागा टूट करके और किसी के सर पे जाकर के लग गया? कभी हुआ है तुम्हारे साथ? मेरे साथ हुआ है. So that is due to inertia of direction. Okay. So inertia of rest and inertia of motion and inertia of direction. These are the 3 simple basic terms which you have to remember, and you have to read as much examples as you can, because the examples are the only thing that is going to taught you everything. Okay, because without examples this inertia is nothing. This inertia is not, whole chapter is nothing, but you have to read examples as much as example you can, because example let you give you a conclusion about everything. ठीक है, तो यही चीजें थी इसमें. ठीक है, फर्स्ट लॉ ऑफ मोशन को अच्छे से पढ़िए और उस पे क्वेश्चन हम लोग प्रैक्टिस करेंगे अगले वीडियो में. ओके, so we'll meet in the next video on the very next topic. Okay, till then, goodbye and take care.